Hey gorgeous, welcome to my channel. Today we are going to dive into my Carli Bybel palette and I am going to show you an eye look from this thing. The Carli Bybel palette, it's a stunning little palette. I mean, it just has such an elegant neutral vibe to it. And we've got 10 eyeshadows here and 4 highlighters down here. Got 5 mattes and 5 shimmers, so it's even. I like that. And we've got everything from your regular sandy beige to a nice couple of browns and some mauvey mattes, and then we've got, some gold and cream and coppery shimmers. I really like the mix of colors. They all go really well together. I know it's supposed to be a highlighter palette, but really this is really dark and it's more like a bronzer than anything else. I mean, maybe on darker skin it would be an alright highlighter, but you could really use this as like a strobing palette too, My only complaint with this palette, and I know I mentioned it in my palette collection video, is that this color, the little bronzer highlighter down here, and this, they're basically the same. I mean, look, so I swatched both of those, and while one is a little bit lighter, they're basically the same color. I'm super stoked for her deluxe palette to arrive. It looks so pretty. But the deluxe palette, while it does have more colors in it, a few of these aren't included. I'm not sure exactly which ones won't be included in the new palette, but that's why I had to go out and get this one as well. Now, let's get started, shall we? We're going to start off with this light sandy color up at the top. It's a matte sandy beige, and I'm just going to use my usual first over brush. That's my SL Miss Glam Angled Eye W20. And I'm just going to dive in. Don't forget to tap your brush, get all the extra product off. And I'm just going to make this one my base color. I use the BH Cosmetics Smooth Canvas eye primer, and it's kind of like a really sticky concealer for your eye. So you definitely want to get some powder down all over before you put like some darker colors, or you'll get some drag and some patches, and well, girl, we don't want that. I mean, if you do, that's fine, but I don't. We are going to go in with this light mauve matte, and we are just going to do the crease to the brow bone area, and I'm going to take my nice fluffy number 8 from the BH Cosmetics Lavish brush set, and let's just go in. Just gonna smooth her on. We want to really get just a solid bit of that color. Generally, I focus a lot on this area. I don't know, I just really like the way colorful mattes or even neutrals, I just like the way that color looks up there, especially with that ombre eye effect. You guys know I like that. But today we are actually going to focus more on the lid and do something a little bit different. We're going to take just a smidge more of that light mauve matte color and get it on the outside. Create just a little. And I'll bet you know what I'm about to say next. Don't forget to blend. Go ahead and just buffer out a little bit, especially on the outer edge, and start pulling it up just a little bit towards your brow. I apologize if my brows are a little crazy today. I'm trying out some new stuff so I can do a video on how to do different brow styles, I suppose. Once you're happy with the little extra shading on the outer edge there, I'm going to go in with this, it's kind of an olivey brownish color. I'm going to take just a little bit of that on one of my other blending brushes. I like this one because it's a little bit more I don't know, not flimsy, but a little bit more workable than my SL Miss Glam blending brush. And this is also from the BH Cosmetics Lavish set. And we are just going to take just a bit on there and start building it up right in the outer corner and crease area. Now this one, this color's coming up just a little bit chalky and it's a little bit dry. So tap it real good and just build it up slowly. When you have drier eyeshadows, it's better to build up slowly just because, you know, you'll prevent all the extra fallout from happening right up on my eye space, and we don't want that. And we're just doing a little bit of shading anyways, nothing too serious. I kind of want to make this like a semi-glamorous everyday look, you know what I mean? Nothing too wild and crazy and Becca-like, but just enough. Just enough. So I was going to stick to just this little area with that darker color, but I wanted to see how it would do if I pulled it up a little bit into that lighter mauve matte. And, you know, I'm kind of feeling it actually. What do you think? Meh? Maybe? I'm liking it. So, just pull her up a little bit, just buff it out, and once you're happy with down here, just start blending up a little until you're happy with the shading. I stick to about the first third of my eye for this kind of a shading job here. A shading job. Doesn't that sound dirty? Ooh. You don't have to, of course, it's your canvas, paint it how you like, honey. But with my almond eyes, I really like to take some of the darker color, even when I'm trying to do just an outer, you know, outer sweep of the darker shade. I like to pull it just a little bit right in my crease towards the middle of my eye. And I feel like that really brings out my eye shape. So if you got almond eyes, give that a try. Next, we are going to get just a little bit bold, and we are going to go in with this darker brown, like a chocolate shimmer color. And we are going to apply it to our lid on the outer corner and the inner corner. I like to go in with the darker colors first and stop myself just a little bit short because you can always add more. But you can't add less without pretty much starting over, you know what I mean? Kind of smoke it out a little bit, smudge it out. Doesn't have to be perfect. Of course, we're going to go back in and blend. But as you can see, it's kind of adding a little something something to my eyes. And I'm digging that little something something, I tell you what. Sorry, darling, my camera cut out while I was explaining this step. Just take some of the gold highlighter on your applicator and pat it in the middle of your eyelid and you are all set. Of course, once you're happy with the placement, you're just going to go in and sweep it just a little bit to kind of blend it. But it's not such a bold, you know, crazy look that you could wear this to work, no problem. You know, and it's still like, it's dramatic enough for date night, or, you know, it's like, hey, look at me when you're out with your girls. I mean, this is a good all-over look for any neutral lover, or, you know, the flat-out glam look. Now we are going to go in and highlight the brow bone and the inner corner of the eye. And, you know, I think I'm going to stick with some gold. I'm going to go in, with this little guy. It's kind of a more like a lighter yellowy gold, like closer to a white gold than what the highlighter is. And just go ahead and throw her in there. Oh yeah, that really pops with that brown right there. I'm digging it, you know? Don't go too crazy or it'll be too much of a stark difference and it'll look a little whack. But go on up. and just make that a nice shiny underbrow. Alright, and I got just a little bit of a shine up there. This look would not be complete without some highlighter, and I'm just going to go ahead, and use this highlighter right here. It comes out to a nice peachy gold shimmer almost, and a little goes a long way. Just go ahead, pull her back, and pop her on. I mean, it's a good highlighter for coming in a palette. And what I mean by that is a lot of the times when they combine eyeshadows and highlighters or bronzers and blushes together, it's like an all-in-one palette. A lot of the times I don't like the highlighters and the blushes that come with them, so I am pleasantly surprised today. Just a little bit, because I am a crazy highlighting queen. I like to glow, baby, glow. A little bit on my nose, of course. A little bit on the chin. Once you're happy, we're going to go on and smoke out the lower lash line, and I'm just going to go in here with this. It's a solid chocolate matte brown. And I'm just going to take a bit and kind of throw her on. I don't think I'm going to go all the way through with this one. Smudge it out just a bit towards here, but I'm going to keep that color, the outer half of my lower lash line there. And then we are going to move on to this olivey brown color, and we are going to put that as close to our eyeliner as possible and keep it on like the outer half to the outer third. Just keep the kind of ombre effect going on your lower lash line there as well as the top, and it kind of just pulls all that shading together, and I don't know, it just makes a little bit of sense to me to just keep all the darker outside just like you have on the top. Just a little bit more. Like I said, we ain't going too crazy. This is kind of an everyday look. Of course, you can spice it up just a smidge if you want and do a heavier, darker smoke underneath there. Now there's not like a solid black, and there isn't like a really super dark brown or anything in here. So I would definitely have to reach for another palette to pull off like a heavy glam smoke. And that her Delux Edition is very similar, but it does look like it's got like a nice shimmery pink in there and a couple more highlighters. I'm really excited to try those. We'll see. As I always say, I'm always saying that. I'm sorry, you guys. We'll see. I don't know, that's like the lamest thing I say on here, I'll betcha. Just gonna go in with my little Wet n Wild liquid eyeliner, felt tip eyeliner, and just get her started. Not gonna do anything too crazy. Don't want to mess up this beautiful look. And of course, I finished off the look with my Lights Camera Lashes by Tarte Wonderful Mascara. And then I am going to just end this on a nice happy neutral note with the Cosmoholic. I don't know the name of it, but it's kind of like a pinky brown-ish neutral. Almost like a brown brick color. You know what I mean? Not just, ooh, came on a little thick. Alright, I'll get this. I'll get it. Don't you worry yourself none. There's ways of fixing lip gloss and lipstick mess-ups, which I will be showing you in my beauty hacks video. I don't think it'll be next week, but probably the week after. I kind of like this color. No. Alright, my lovelies, that is it for today's Carli Bybel palette tutorial. Please let me know what you think, and don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoyed this for more makeup tutorials. In the meantime, have a great weekend. I love ya. Bye, everyone. Tiny underbrow. Coming up with all the weird names. What did I say earlier? The shade job. You like your shade job? Yeah. Shade job and underbrow. Like two of the dirtiest makeup terms.